Welcome to your patch updates for the month of August. I'm again your host Paul James, and I'm once again joined by Jay Parnas and Damo Camilleri.
Also your hosts.
And and so this week, updates, we're just talking about what we've been playing. So Damo, Fire Emblem, moving on. Jay. Sorry, if anyone's watched the last 2 months of updates, and you'll see that Damo's been playing a lot of Fire Emblem. It's a reasonable assumption.
Immediately.
So I actually had a couple of things to bring to the table this time.
Fire Emblem was
Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem Conquest would be one of them, but I did ease up off it.
Please don't.
So I have a couple of things that I've been playing that I think that some of you should jump on before
now.
The end of August.
Fire
would be
Emblem.
the first one. Shadowverse, a game made by some Magic the Gathering developers, now on an online trading card game. It uses anime art, and it's a really cool kind of combat system, very similar to Hearthstone. But if you jump on it now before August the 31st, there are about 17 free packets of cards.
Are we talking like Richard Garfield, or...?
I don't know who's really behind it. I just started playing it because someone recommended it.
Because he's like the creator of Magic, so...
Oh, I don't think it's like him,
he's still developing games.
Yeah.
He was young when he made Magic. Dude's a champion game designer.
It's really fun. Cool storyline, being really easy kind of mechanics. I thoroughly enjoy it, but that's me. I do enjoy a good card game. Also, it's a really cool feature. Like, you can just put decks into your game from like other people's codes, so that's a handy thing to use if you were like, oh, I want to try out this deck. Okay, cool. Yep, don't like it. But apart from that, I've also been jumping on Golf with Friends, which is an early access game.
See, when you mentioned Golf with Friends, I figured it'd be like Words with Friends and just a mobile app. So it's
no, it's a Steam game.
I instantly just started thinking about Pokemon Go, where you stand there with your golf club and you go...
It's...
No, that's...
I'm not even trying to take the piss. That was an assumption.
No, the game you're thinking about is Dangerous Golf by the ex-Criterion dudes, and that's... It's literally just you hit the golf ball and just that's it.
Yep, that was really fun. It's got a really great physics engine. It's mini golf too, so it's really freaking sweet. Some really cool access to features like changing the ball shape and gravity and things like that.
Ball shape?
Yeah, you can put it on random, and sometimes you'll get a fucking cone. And trying to get a cone into a hole is almost near impossible. Because it just
you gotta flip it so
because it's not spherical.
Yes.
Like you hit it and it just goes like this.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice.
What else have I been playing? There was something else that I was going to bring up. It was a part of the... we hushed over that at the start. You see, you've dived in and you've broken the chain of thought. Judas.
Let me help you.
No, I applied to get into the beta for Behemoth's new game.
Oh, yes.
Pit people.
Yeah, I have not heard anything back from it yet.
Oh, if you do, let me know. I'd like to see some.
Well, one of you guys is actually going to have to install it because I don't have an Xbox. It's not the beta. The open beta is for Xbox and not PC yet. So or closed beta really.
They've always been close with Microsoft.
That's fine.
Pretty much since Castle Crashers and they got off the ground with them.
Yeah.
It's always gone there first.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
There was something else, but it'll come back to me, gentlemen.
Was it Fire Emblem?
Might have been Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jay, what have you been playing?
I've been playing a lot of Fire... No, I haven't been playing I've actually...
Get my hopes up and then...
He's burning my brain, so I went home and played Fire Emblem.
Well, so that's the thing. After that sort of NX stuff came out, because I was thinking about upgrading.
I started playing a lot of Fire Emblem.
Yeah, I've been meaning to get into Fire Emblem for a while, and I think now's the time. No, moving on. I've been thinking about upgrading my 3DS for a while, so I can play some of the new stuff that's coming out there. But I've decided, like Fire Emblem, of course. But basically. We'll stop eventually, but
that's fine.
We'll give it the next.
The more you talk about Fire Emblem, the happier I am. So this is great talk.
Excellent.
More sales we generate from
But that's the thing. That's the thing. If the NX is what it looks like it has been touted to be, then I may just wait until I get that. So I've kept away from my 3DS for a while, but I have played a bunch of really cool games. of late. I spent maybe 60 hours into Dying Light. I got it was on half price on the Xbox sale. I got all the DLC for it and everything. Really, it's kind of a janky game, but it is really addicting. It's a fantastically fun game to play, and there's genuine, like, it gets really fucking tense as you play that game, like, especially early on, where it takes like 10 months to beat a single zombie to death, and by the time you've done that, there's
about those ones you find by night that are just ridiculously.
Even just the basic ones, like, you have to really hit them, like, you have to be pinpoint with it, and you have to manage your stamina and all that sort of stuff early on. It gets easier as the game goes on, but it's got a really cool escalation of things. There is some weird jankiness. I had one area. I mean, it's made by the guys who made Dead Island, and if you played Dead Island, like, that game was 50% jank, if not more. And that's the reason I didn't like that game.
So janky.
To the point where people couldn't platinum or 100% the game because certain, like, trophies wouldn't pop because things in the game weren't appearing and that sort of stuff.
To the point that, like, if you look at the old character models and look at the shadows, their arms are like this. I'm not even kidding. Go back and play it. Yeah, like, no worse than that, because, like, your elbows are about 10 feet like out. It's weird. But also because, like, I did some 3D modeling in my past, and there was just basic errors in that game, and I just couldn't play it. It just looked bad. Which is one of the few games that I've actually had that with. But with this game, the jankiness was just more, like, I had some enemy pop in. Like, there was one area, or one very specific circumstance where I ran into this area, and then enemies that should have been there that weren't there. They were enemies that sort of, they're basically like, they just explode. They're like, zombie plus bomb equals this enemy, basically. If you get close to them, they blow up and they'll chase you a little bit.
Yeah.
But I basically ran into this room, it was empty, I looked around for a bit, and on my way out, like, zombies popped in. And I'm like, oh good, there's 3 of these exploding zombies that were supposed to run at me before I got into this room, and they all popped in, and the door was closed, and I died. And the issue with that game is when you die, it takes away some of your experience points.
Yeah, so when the game's broken like that, that's...
Yeah, it was. Look, there was that, and there was a lot of time. There was a lot of time. So later on, you get a Just Cause style grapple hook. Spoilers for anyone who's not played Dying Light, but
or Just Cause, or Fire Emblem, because it's in that as well.
It's not in Fire Emblem.
You know why I'm holding this?
Because you're hungry. Let's move on. Basically, yeah, you look at a point and you can, like, throw a grapple hook there and you'll zip to it, it's cool, but there are some circumstances that they don't really make very clear to you, because with some of the parkour, it's like first person Assassin's Creed, where you've sort of got to scale from little bit to little bit, like little edge to little edge, but you can't run and jump onto some parts.
Yeah.
So, like halfway up a wall, they can't, like, this little ledge that you sort of have to, like, fingertip along. You can't just jump to it. So if you can grapple hook to it, but in the same way that you can't jump to it. Well, Fire Emblem can be put aside for a moment. You can grapple hook to these little ledges, but the game won't let you grab onto them. So there were a lot of times where I'm like, alright, I'll grapple hook up to this thing to, like, quickly scale this building, and I'd zip up and then immediately fall to my death. Which is really fucking annoying.
I got this shit! Ah,
no, like, it's literally, I'm on the ground, I throw the grapple hook up to this thing, I zip up to it, and I'm just like, not grabbing anything, and I'm dead. It's literally like killing yourself through trying to move from
place. That's fantastic. It's as annoying as it would be. Like, that would make a great compilation.
Look, it'd be
video.
Fine, but, like,
it's as good as
the issue is that you do lose experience every time you die, and it's really arbitrary with how much. Like, there were some times where exploration-based deaths, in other words, like falling and dying, would be like a really small amount, like 600 points or whatever.
Yeah.
But there are other times where you, like, I got died by being hit by a zombie, where it's like 3,200, and that's like an entire mission worth, or an entire side mission worth of helping someone.
Can you grind?
It's like, yeah, you can. Like, there'll be events that'll just pop up, and it's just like, okay, kill a couple zombies or kill a couple of bandits or whatever. and you get experience for killing them all and some extra stuff or whatever.
Fair enough.
And that's the thing, like you can craft Molotovs, and when you come across the bandits, literally one Molotov is all you need to kill about 3 bandits, because they're always like sitting around shooting the shit, and it's like one Molotov and you just watch them burn to death and then walk over and take their shit and leave. So hot tip, pun intended, hot tip, because the Molotov. Yeah. Anyway, good game, but the other game that I've played this month, I mean, there was a couple of other ones, but the one that just has been basically frothing at the mouth is Furi. It is fucking fantastic. It's so good. It's bullet hell plus like third-person character action game like No More Heroes and Dark Souls boss fights. The game is
before they built the road.
It's just so good. It's so good. It's nothing but boss fights. And I'm ignoring all your bullshit, like, bad memes. I am meme impervious at the moment.
They're dank memes, man.
They are.
Dank memes melt steel beams.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, see? Moving on. Basically, it's a series of boss fights where the enemies, or both yourself and the bosses, have sort of pips in the same way that you do in like Super Metroid, where it's like energy tanks, and you've kind of got to whittle down 2 of their health bars, or the same health bar twice. Once in like the big open combat, and then again in close combat, before one of those pips will go. And then after every pip or 2, and I think they've got 6 and you've got 3, they basically have like a state change, or like a form change, where they'll sort of power up and be more aggressive and use different attacks and all that sort of stuff. And it's this really cool ebb and flow, because you can, if you lose all of your health bar, and your health bar is broken up into little segments, and usually one hit will be 1 segment, or if it's a bigger attack, you'll take 2 segments. Or if it's like a little weak shot, you may take like half a segment. Basically, if you lose a whole one of your bars and drop down to your next pip, however far down either one of their health bars in the current pip the boss was, they fill back up to full. So you sort of got to do all your progress to get to their next pip over again. Oh, that's awkward. Anyway, basically, if you then kill them and get one of their pips down, you'll actually gain full health.
Yeah.
So it's this weird ebb and flow, but it's really cool because it's always intense. This game is always full on. Like there's no like quiet patches for this game, because it's just constant, like boss level fucking, they're coming at you full. And because a lot of it is this bullet hell type stuff, where you can trade shots with them, like you can actually cancel their bullets with yours.
Yeah.
And some of them will even drop little bits of health.
Yeah.
It's this really cool like intensity where you can charge up a dash through their projectiles into like a charge slash into them, knock them off balance, do a canned animation, and then like dash backwards, fire a couple rounds into them, do a charge shot, and then like cancel them out of their attack. And it feels like it's got this really deep combat.
And you can combine the charge shot and the charge slash together.
Yeah, and also, but also like there are some of a lot of the enemies that are actually quite nimble. At least the second boss that I fought, which is the most nimble out of the 3 that I fought so far. With her, if you fire just a casual charge shot at her, she'll dodge out the way, so you won't hit her. Yeah. But if she was in the middle of doing a big fuck off attack, you can shoot her and she'll just like dash out the way, and then you can just run in and slash at her with your sword.
And the different phases of the bosses have been pretty cool too.
Yeah, the escalation is crazy. It's super crazy. And the look of it, it's cel shaded and it's got like neon lighting to it everywhere. It looks like a cross between Tron and Killer 7. It looks fucking awesome. The creative director was the same guy behind Afro Samurai.
Yeah.
So if that means anything to you. And you've kind of got, in between fights, you've got this sort of weird Resident Evil style movement around sort of static rooms.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to just walk around, you just push the X button and he'll just walk on a rail while the dialogue happens around him, instead of you sort of having to move your character around. So you can kind of treat them kind of like a half cutscene.
Yeah.
They're like an in-engine cutscene, I guess.
Yeah, cool.
It's a fantastic game. It's so intense and full on and weird as fuck, and it's great. I love it.
Good to hear. And also, if you hadn't worked out by now, that was Jay's Indie Game of the Month.
That's for sure.
But each of us have got one. I'm going to quickly throw back to you, Damo, and then I'll just do all mine in one.
Yours was the Golf with Friends.
Jay.
Oh, there would be updates. Okay. So
what was your? Was that golf one you were in?
Yeah, Golf with Friends.
Oh, cool. All right, well then we'll throw it back to me. Yeah. So the month started off with me kind of picking up where I left off last time around. So last time we spoke about how I've been playing a lot of Lego Star Wars. Finished that.
100%?
No, I didn't get around 100%ing it because of what we discussed in the last episode. Pokemon Go came along.
Yes.
So then that's just consumed the majority of this month for me. It's only been in the last few days where I've kind of got back to playing real video games. So, much to your pleasure, I've started playing Hyper Light Drifter.
Yes. Great game.
And, thoroughly enjoying that so far, but I've only probably put 2 hours into it at the moment.
Did you manage to crack into that at any point, Dan?
What?
Hyper Light Drifter?
It just came to consoles this week, so...
Yeah.
Or this past week or so.
Well,
so,
you'd be playing...
No, it doesn't mean you'd be playing on Steam. That's more...
Oh, that's it. Then look at the camera.
Public service announcement.
And...
This message brought to you by...
And I've also started playing... I played some Super Mutant Alien Assault that was released on PS4 and Xbox One. There's a Blockbuster review on that for Player 2 there you can have a look at.
I didn't even know Blockbuster was still around.
There. And then I've started also playing Ghost of a Tale, which was a game that I've been hyped about. I've probably shown the both of you in the past. It's a little mouse that's in a big kind of Dark Souls-y style world. Yeah, it's in early access at the moment.
Did that go through a name change?
No. No, it's always been that.
Then what am I thinking of?
No, I have no idea. It's in early access.
Oh no, I'm thinking of the cell shady Wind Waker kind of one with the little girl. What's that one called?
Hat in Time.
Hat in Time.
That's still called a Hat in Time.
Yeah, I know. I get those two confused.
Neither one of them went through name changes.
No, I know. They're going through a constant name change in my head.
One of them's becoming the next Fire Emblem game. So anyway, I've been playing a bit of that in probably the last day or two, just because Pokemon Go. But thoroughly enjoying that so far as well.
How far along the release schedule is that? Because that's been in development for a long time.
Yeah, it was on Indiegogo back in the same sort of time
that's pre-Shovel Knight even.
Pre-Shovel Knight, but after Mighty Number 9.
No, Mighty Number 9 was well after. After Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight was I've lost track of the order. It's been quite some time. It's,
it's a very, very small team that's been working on it.
Was it like half a person?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
The other half of him was playing Fire Emblem.
Well, you only need to be half a person to play Fire Emblem.
So
shots fired. 3 people.
Anyway, let's Ghost
of a Tale's been great so far. Like with Hyper Light, I've only put maybe an hour or two into it. Okay. By the time you see this, there'll be reviews for both of those up on.
So is it finished now?
We're doing an early access review of it. So,
alright, fair enough.
But it's performing quite well, and I originally, because it was last year at E3 that they announced it was coming to Xbox.
Okay.
And hinted but didn't explicitly say it was also coming to PlayStation. And that was in itself still 2, maybe even 3 years after it had first been revealed as
a game.
Indiegogo, and it's a game and it's coming to PC.
Yeah, it'd be
I think they're still targeting. I feel like they're still targeting the end of this year. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed it so far. I haven't hit any combat areas yet. It's been kind of stealthing away from rats that are out to kill me and all that sort of stuff. But I've really not spent a hell of a lot of time with it just yet. But like I said, by the time you see this, the review will be live for you to have a look at. I've been tracking that one for a long, long time. It was I backed it way back in the day. I've done interviews with the developers, which you can see on Player 2, and now finally in early access. It feels like it has been a long time coming, but hopefully it delivers.
It will.
So far, so good.
Well,
we'll see. So that's my suggestion for Indie Game of the Month. Based on what I've played so far, it's been quite good. So
what do we got?
Ghost of a Tale, Furi,
Golf with Friends.
Golf with Friends.
Yeah, we came to a 3-way tie because we didn't want to punch up.
We all couldn't decide on one game that we all wanted to talk about.
I think that we should do that each month
well,
if we can.
If we can.
If there's something that's floating around.
Well, I feel like there's a fair contender of mine for next month, which will be No Man's Sky, because that's now 2 weeks away.
I guess
that is technically.
I've
just now dated the episode, but by the time you see this, No Man's Sky should be out. So
and hopefully does very well for
the sake of everyone. I am
for my draft.
But otherwise, I think, what else do you guys see yourselves maybe playing between now and this time next month?
Oh, okay.
I'm going to see if I can try.
For me, No Man's Sky is one of those.
I'm going to try and bomb as much into Furi as I can, because that game's amazing. But other releases, I might see if I can get a look in for No Man's Sky. I might wait a little bit on that one just to see. Probably some of the backlog, to be honest. I still haven't gone back and played Mirror's Edge at all.
I might now that I've kind of, my interest has waned, it's deteriorating a little bit with Pokemon Go. I might actually start going through that pile that we said I'd do last month.
Yeah, I need to finish Doom as well. It's depressing I haven't finished that one, but like
for those of you watching at home, this pile, that's basically my still to-do list.
Well, because that's the thing. Like when I
got
got Dying Light, that was kind of this interesting midpoint between sort of where Doom was in terms of like you will get the shit kicked out of you and Mirror's Edge, where it's like the first-person parkour action.
Yeah.
And then obviously you got the additional melee and zombie-esque story in there as well. So it was kind of this weird midpoint where I'm just like, this looks good, and it just addicted me for hours and hours. So maybe I'll try to claw my way away from that and play some of these other games.
What do you see yourself playing over the next month or so?
I'll pretty much finish up my Fire Emblem campaign.
Hey! But we know what's going to be discussed next updates.
Xenoblade Chronicles on my
original
3DS.
The 3DS one, yeah.
Because I played a bit of it when I didn't have a new 3DS. I borrowed it from friends and kicked around on that. It's pretty cool. Sure. I've just gotta I don't know, learn the basics a bit more. The Batman Telltales game's coming out, so
yes, that's out. Well, yeah, the first episode will already be out by the time people are seeing this.
Yep, dating the episode. Thanks.
So I've already
yeah, I know.
That time is past.
You are putting that nail in that
flogging a dead
horse. You're flogging a dead horse. I don't know. There was something else that I wanted to jump on.
A dead horse instead.
Sorty, a game that I played at PAX, is now in early access. I played the beta. That was fun, and I'd really be happy to give it another crack. I think it's on my wish list.
Cool.
I've just got to, turn on the computer.
So in case you've got a few extra dollars lying around.
Hey man, if you guys want to buy me games and watch me play them, I will happily not stream.
Reward for money then. Alright, so that's about it for our update for this month. Make sure you tune again next month where you'll hear Damo talk about Fire Emblem and us talk about games that aren't Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
And then listen to them make fun of him for playing Fire Emblem.
I still want. The thing is, just when you stop playing Fire Emblem, I'll probably get around to it. So then
you fucking load shit.
You'll get 3.
Yeah, because you will never stop playing.
This pile is smaller than it was last month.
I will put money on it. By the time I'm finished with Fire Emblem, you will still not even have halfway through that.
I've got 9 months to play through the rest of this pile because that's how much longer you'll still be playing Fire Emblem.
Yeah, I give it 2 months, man. I can complete it.
I might have a chance.
Is there no additional content that's coming out?
Or it's already out.
Oh, is that it? Is that they're done?
No, there's still a couple of missions left, but I can knock them out pretty quick. My character builds pretty good at what I do.
Yeah, you're right. We'll be talking about
Fire Emblem for months to come.
We'll be talking about other games next week.
So until then, we'll hear more about Fire Emblem and the wonders of that franchise. We'll see you later.
You just buy it.
Furi. Play Furi.